Now, if I woke up tomorrow to the news that T'Challa, the Black Panther, was going to be recast as none other than Timothy Chalamet, I'd be pissed off to the point where I would be doing exactly what I'm doing right now, which is recording a video telling the rest of the world how I'm pissed off about that. And it's for a simple reason. It's not because I have a problem with, a white dude playing a black character, but instead because the Black Panther is explicitly in all of the available literature, in all comic books, the Black Panther is a African-born black man from the make-believe city of Wakanda, or country, nation, state of Wakanda. It's straightforward. I want to see my T'Challa, my Black Panther, as a black man in all depictions, because that's what I know from the original comic books. And so when I bring up my issue with the recasting of Professor Snape being a black man, my issue is not necessarily one of race, but instead it has to do with integrity, more specifically, the integrity of staying on course with the exact thing that you sold your audience for millennia. I mean, from the beginning of time, from the moment that J.K. Rowling began to pen those glorious books known as the Harry Potter series, there were very specific descriptions of every single character she introduced, and it was straightforward. So when Harry popped up, you just had to look at the forehead and you knew who that was. When Ron popped up, you knew exactly who that was because of the redhead. When you had Voldemort pull up, you knew exactly who you were dealing with because there was no nose. Now, if they had a Voldemort with a nose because they didn't want to discriminate towards those who do have noses, the left and how they like to push their little woke nonsense, right? Hollyweird and their weird ways. If you were to introduce a Voldemort with a nose, that would be an issue. And that's why I have an issue with a casting of a black man in the role of Professor Snape. I love to see all people, let alone a black man, work hard, succeed against all odds, and finally reap the fruit of what they have worked so hard for. If this man who has been cast as Professor Snape is a good man, I wish him all the success in the world. But I'm not going to sit here and play pretend. I'm not going to sit here and lie. Oh, well, doesn't really matter. No, it does. It matters to the millions upon millions of fans who signed up for one thing and are getting a completely different thing. Who said, you know what, these characters I've bought into, and they're black fans, they're Asian, Malaysian, all persuasions of fans that love the story as it is, that have familiarized themselves with these characters. And trust me, this sounds crazy to anybody who's not a fan, anybody who's not a nerd and nerds out on this type of stuff. But if you are a real life nerd, like if you grew up on Dragon Ball Z and you saw Goku pull up as a, what would we have Goku be? A Pacific Islander. You had him be Hispanic. Hoku instead of Goku. That would be an issue with all of us. And there's a lot of young black boys who grew up watching Dragon Ball Z who would see Jesus in the role of Goku and say to themselves, to hell no, I ain't watching that. That's not it. That's not it. That's not what I sounded. No. That's not Goku. My Goku is a Japanese man. My Goku is an Asian man. That's the one I familiarize myself with. That's the brand I bought into. It might sound foolish or childish to those outside of that space. They may not understand it. They may think you're overreacting. I get that. But the thing I have a problem with is, again, the lack of integrity, and the reason they're doing it is to virtue signal. They're switching out the role, not because it had to be switched out, not because they don't have individuals who could have perfectly fit into those roles. I mean, to hell, we have at least 5 dudes who look exactly like Snape without even putting on a costume. The Adam Drivers of the world. That's him, right? That's Snape. He was born Snape. But you don't give him the role. You don't pursue those individuals. You don't bring up somebody, who is an unknown actor who fits the role perfectly because you're so busy trying to make a political point. You're so busy trying to make a social statement. You are an activist as opposed to an entertainment company. And that's the issue. And I don't know if this was a decision from J.K. Rowling, because she's been pretty steadfast when it comes to her opinions about a lot of this woke nonsense. So if it is her, I'll be surprised. And honestly, shame on you for this one, sis. I love your stances on, the pretend girls and the defense of our real girls in their sports, etc. I stand with you 100% on that. But when it comes to this, if this is your decision, girl, you ain't got to give in to the mob, because it's nothing but that. Let's switch this out in the same way they did Snow White. It was so hard to cast a white lead as Snow White. Literally, description of Snow White: skin as white as snow. If we had a Static Shock movie and they cast a white dude, an Asian dude, I would be throwing an absolute hissy fit, because I nerd out over that type of stuff. That's me. Static Shock was my guy. Miles Morales. You're telling me if you cast anybody, I'm talking about anybody who didn't look like that, it's a voiceover. I know. We ain't even got the live action. It's a voiceover. Childish Gambino, bet he's giving Miles Morales. He's everything is giving Miles Morales right there. Period. So again, if there's a character and that character doesn't have a description, or it's a new character made from thin air, then so let it be a black dwarf transformer, neurodivergent. Let it be all that if you want. You created it from scratch. But the issue comes in when you start to race trade on behalf of your ideology and an agenda. That's the issue. And I'm speaking for a lot of folks who are just, fan of these works, J.K. Rowling's work. They love Harry Potter since they were kids, and, they've familiarized themselves. And so the reason why they can't support it in the same way, and I've seen even black folk talking about, look, I can't watch this. I love Harry Potter, but I can't watch. It's not the same. They're trying to change around a whole lot of the roles. You bring in somebody as Ron who is not a redhead. Watch me act a fool again. So this is a warning, Disney. The next Wakanda 5 ever, y'all have 4 ever. The next Wakanda 5 ever, y'all know exactly who y'all got to get for these roles. I'm still heartbroken over our first loss, to be honest with y'all. So make sure they're right. Blade, y'all made sure that if that movie ever even comes out, y'all made sure to get what's his name? Mahashala? I don't even know how to pronounce the brother's name, but he's too talented for his own damn good. And I don't know where he went since the beginning of his career. The man was on a roll and all of a sudden disappeared. Maybe that's an Aquarius thing. I don't know. But that brother right there, that's Blade. I see Blade right there. If we can't have Wesley Snipes, then we will take Ali. We'll take that brother right there. But Snape? Come on. Snape? It's really not that difficult. It's not that deep. Pale, dark black hair, dark brooding eyes, mouth slanted right here like this. That's what I want. I don't even want him to be good looking. I don't want him to have dashing features. No, I want him to look Snape-like. Voldemort, noseless. Simple. So again, if anybody ever hears me who's in the industry, etc., please hear me well. If you want to make all the money in the world, bring back the old. Bring back what it was. Stay true to the work, and I promise you'll make money hand over fist. You won't know what to do with it. You'll be making so much money, you won't know what to do with it. Trump voice. You will be making money hand over fist just because people are happy to have some sanity. They completely destroyed Star Wars. They completely destroyed Lord of the Rings. They're about to destroy Narnia. Now they're on their way to Harry Potter. There is nothing that is sacred. Nothing that is sacred with these people. If you want to make money hand over fist, leave these damn characters alone. Let them be exactly who they are. And we will come and watch these damn shows. We'll watch the movies. We will buy into the worlds. I promise you that. Real life nerds will always buy into the world if it is accurate and it's good. Just make it good. And the original was good. Just go off of the source material and it will be phenomenal. Don't deviate. I appreciate you for tapping into this video, and if you would like to show some love to the channel, make sure to click the link below titled Buy Me a Coffee, or you can send a Cash App, or, just keep showing up.
I fell in love with the sunshine. I fell in love with the light. I fell in love with the full moon. I fell in love with the night. I can see the light again. I can see the light. You can see the life in him illuminate the night. I know the time is taking. A 365, that's a full rotation. I see you looking up, you know them constellations. Constantly gazing like house of praises, you get to praising. They see your light shine, that's why they so frustrated.